So let's see the three gunas. When we talk about the three gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay, we are made up of all these three gunas. Okay, nobody is born sattvic, nobody is born rajasic, nobody is born tamasic. The only thing is we are being gifted with all these three gunas, and we have to balance these three gunas. How are we gonna do that? No, like you would say, sattva. Sattva is a quality of goodness, positivity, truth, serenity, balance, peacefulness, virtuousness. All these qualities you might see in many people or many sages back in India, or any gurus you have seen. Most of the times they are like this. You give them any sorrows, you give them any bad words or anything that is emotionally disturbing, they still remain sattvic. They still remain the same because they have been practicing with their psychology, with their mind, with their soul, with their doshas, dhatus and malas, to focus on this energy, to focus on sattva. Also, human beings cannot do better if they dominate in the other two gunas like rajas and tamas. If you are feeding more and more towards these two qualities in your body or in your mind, you will never be a healthy individual. You will be a threat to to the society. You will be threat to yourself all the time. That's why Ayurveda tells you, guides you to be sattvic. What is the meaning of sattvic? Sattvic means to give more and more qualities to take yourself or take your being and elevate it, not go down. And that is exactly what is happening when we say rajas. Raja means a king. A king's lifestyle. Everybody wants more money. Everybody wants to live like a king with no worries, no this and no that and whatever. Now, there are many people, I won't take names, but there are many multi-billionaire people who are on this planet Earth and still are very psychologically or emotionally disturbed. What they don't have, we in here, we would think is, oh, he has 50 Lamborghinis, he has a mansion here and there, he can go and have vacation all the time. But is he a happy person? There are many people who are multi-billionaires choose to live a very simplistic life because this is an unending process. And that's what Ayurveda suggests or tells you. Be in the moment and understand yourself better. That is you, unique you. And whether you have to elevate the sattva, the rajas or tamas in you, it's your choice that you are going to make. Either you are picking up something really bad to eat, either you are doing very bad karma or bad actions that are going to disturb other people, you are elevating the rajas and tamas. So rajas is the innate tendency or quality that drives motion, energy, and activity. So that's what I said. These qualities are important, but what you are feeding where is also very important. If you are continuously in motion is, or any kind of energy, that activity should always be working on positivity. It shouldn't be working on negativity or bad thoughts, bad things. Whenever you think, my guru says, is whenever you think bad, the 80% of that bad thing has already happened in you. 20% is where you are wishing for whatever that bad you are wishing for that person. But if you are gaining that, you are filling yourself with bad energy, bad motion, and bad activity. Tamas is the quality of inertia. It is inactivity. It is dullness. It's lethargy. So that means doing nothing, just thinking that I want to be a millionaire and I want to win a lottery, or I just want magically to God just showers me with all these materialistic things. So if you are increasing that tamas, you are not working hard, you are just inactive, you are just dull, you are just lethargic. How are you going to sustain as a healthy human being? You are not going to sustain that. And when you see that person, even in our surroundings, or if you have a person like that as your friend, you are going to inherit some of the qualities from that friend. Right? So that's why you have to make sure that you are increasing the sattva quality in you. Okay, so these Ayurveda provides a distinct description of people on the basis of their psychological and their constitution. So whatever their manas prakruti is and whatever their health prakruti is, that is the analysis I do and I prefer to do. Genetically determined, these psychological characteristics are dependent on the relative dominance of the three gunas. So If like, suppose for example, if someone, I have seen some people who have been grown into a very abusive household. The only thing, I recently saw a woman who was being in a very was born in a very abusive household. She was being threatened, she was being beaten, she was being verbally and physically abused all the time. When she was growing up, she was being given chores when she was 3 years old, and all these things. What has happened now? She's a person who is not attached, or who is not even staying in the same household. But all these things, because of the rajas and tamas of the parents or the surrounding beings with her, it has affected her. It has affected or destroyed her digestive fire immensely. She fights, she is on so many medications, and now she is trying to make changes slow and where, and it is going very well, I must say. Okay, so these three gunas are very, very important. These are the energies of mind. You are the one, you are the in charge to elevate which guna you choose and which human being you want to become.